guys, how y'all doing tonight on this Wednesday evening? This is the Call with the Man 1993, and I'm hopefully here live for not once, but for two times tonight, as I'm trying to stay on top of my live reviews for this week, as I'm here live to review last night's episode of NXT from this past Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. It took place at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. I didn't watch the show. I didn't like I said, my excitement for NXT just died 2 weeks ago when Karrion Kross lost in his Raw debut to Jeff Hardy. I just haven't been able to really get into this. I haven't. Like, my excitement was coming back after TakeOver in your house whenever Samoa Joe returned. The excitement was coming back. But then that loss again just ruined it for me. Like, I had plans last night, but I just watched the highlights and I'm just going like, man, like, I want to care about Kross and Joe, but at this point I'm just like, just get the belt off Kross. I feel like getting the belt off Karrion Kross at this point may be the best thing that could help, rejuvenate some energy to NXT. Because I didn't really see much happen that really caught my eye on this card for this show, to be honest. That's why I didn't grade it again, and I'm just going to more so recap it. And Tyler's right, NXT feels weak. Feels weak because their main champion went to Raw and lost to a jobber. And again, he's literally just got nothing from it. He beat Keith Lee last week. He lost to Keith Lee this week. That I'll take, even though I think I would only accept it if since Kross has already lost to Jeff Hardy at this point. But we have a champion like Kross who's like one character or one show, one on the other. It's like, where's the consistency here? Again, this really hurts my interest. Like, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, the only match right now that I'm excited for NXT TakeOver 36 is Walter and Ilya Dragunov. And I keep saying, if you have not watched their match from if you have not watched their match from October 29th, 2020 last year for NXT UK, highly recommend going back and checking it out. But as of now, it's really the only match I'm looking forward to. Like, my excitement for Joe and Kross died. After that, like, what else is there really going to be on this show? I'm going to try to make my random card predictions, even though those really don't do much views anymore. Even my SummerSlam cards sucked on views so far. Like I said, there really just isn't anything that's really exciting me much for TakeOver 36. And it's probably going to be at the Capitol Wrestling Center again, because they don't want to go back to Full Sail. And now that variant, whatever it's called, is spreading now, so we may be going, we're now hearing that SummerSlam in Vegas is now going to have masks again, and oh god, it's just not, it's just a depressing time right now to be a WWE fan or NXT fan. AEW, though, we'll hopefully talk about that later on tonight. But, let's just roll into this show and just recap it of what happened. Tyler said it was too soon for Kross to come to the main roster. It was. And what was the point of having him have a tryout if you're going to have him come to the main roster and just lose? Probably just to sabotage him. Just so he can sabotage NXT, because Vince is probably mad that NXT did not beat AEW in ratings. And, now Raw hopefully is going to lose to AEW Dynamite in ratings very, very soon, hopefully. Mark thought this show had a nice ending, and he could have told Raquel, if you have a championship, the only you count on to have your back is yourself, which basically is true, since, again, Dakota Kai turned her back on her. But let's just talk about the show really quick, because I don't have much to say. The show opened up with with a match with Hit Rose, Ashante the Adonis, and Top Dollar versus Legado del Fantasma and Raul Mendoza. Again, I still can't. Not sure to tell again if Hit Row is baby faces or not, or if this is a random heel on heel feud just to get them over. Um, Starting to wonder if maybe they're going to lead to it's going to lead to maybe like a triple threat at at what's it called the takeover 36 lead to a triple threat match where we have a triple threat with Isaiah Swerve Scott, Santos Escobar, and Bronson Reed, especially if the rumors of Bronson Reed going to the main roster, which, like, dear Lord, if Bronson Reed, if Karrion Kross is going to get buried immediately on the main roster, you bet your ass that they're going to do the same thing to Bronson Reed. Like, really, like, like, no one's safe if they can bury your NXT champion like they did. So, who knows what's going to happen. But Hit Row won by DQ after Santos Escobar nails Top Dollar with a chair, and then basically they take each other out with Hit Row standing on top. Cool. Samoa Joe is backstage with Regal, who's assigned him a security to make sure nothing happens between him and Cross before TakeOver 36. Yeah, it's likely going to happen. Ridge Holland pretty much squashed Ike and Jiro as in his first match back since November. Afterwards, he dumps Jiro out of the ring, and Pete Dunne and Lorcan join him, and they start beating him down until Tommaso Ciampa. Dunne gets on a microphone though and says everyone thinks they're bad until a real bad man steps in the room. Ciampa thought he was a bad man until he stepped in the room, and Timothy Thatcher, now that Ridge is back, he's going to break the rest of his teeth. That's what happens when you step to three of the most dangerous men in NXT. Prove him wrong, he dares you. Frankie Monet and Jessica Mia had a backstage segment where Frankie takes charge of the interview and says last week's loss was from Stone's interference. She says she's not a loser, and if this little group is going to work, it has to be rebuilt in her image and under her rules. Basically, she's the one taking over the Robert Stone brand, basically. If that's what I think. But like I said, I still don't get why they've just limited her now to just, when she should be getting just a rocket ship push to the top, they've limited her now to team with Jessica Mia, who is definitely not main event material right now. Roderick Strong defeats Bobby Fish in a match, End of Heartache. Cameron Grimes then has a segment where he presents LA Knight with his resistance bands, and they get ready for their match. Knight says he looks ready, despite he's wearing a suit, but he better be ready to have his back, though, against the Grizzly Young Veterans. And Grimes is like, if he wasn't a man of his word, he would be wearing his suit. Because he got Knight's back. But then Knight guarantees that he has his back and takes him up to shine his foot real nice, and Grimes gets to work getting ready for their match. And then they have Grizzly Young Veterans take on Cameron Grimes and LA Knight, and Grizzly Young Veterans won after LA Knight left Grimes to fend for himself. Afterwards, he gets in the ring, and he tries to tell him Knight would hold up his end of the bargain, and he needs to find some way out of the situation. Dakota Kai then explained why she turned her back on Raquel Gonzalez. She basically says that Raquel was just supposed to be her muscle, and she was supposed to be the one to win the title, and of course that's what happens. Oh, she got jealous, blah blah blah. I guess that means Raquel's going to be the baby face and Dakota's going to be the heel rats. Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae were interviewed saying they know what's best for Indy Hartwell, and he has to protect her at all costs. It's not going to be popular, but tonight he's going to end Index for good, as the main event match is going to be Johnny Gargano versus Dexter Lumis. Gargano wins. The love affair with Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis must end, but if Lumis wins, then he must be welcome to, I guess, the way, I guess. I don't know. We're informed also that Adam Cole was not medically cleared to compete with a number of neck issues resulting from Kyle O'Reilly's attack. And then we have Trey Baxter defeating Chainsaw Joe Gacy in the first round of the NXT Breakout Star Tournament. Kind of hard for me to really get into this tournament because I haven't really been watching NXT, weekly, besides recap right now. So, I mean, I'm not really, catching on to any of these big names, the breakout stars, but who knows, maybe they'll catch my eye later on down the line, who knows. We also get footage of Io Shirai and Zoe Stark hanging out at a Japanese restaurant. Io orders Japanese, and Stark just does I'll just have what she's having, and puts the food out the food section at arrives. She doesn't know how to use chopsticks. She uses a fork, eats a big honking bite of wasabi without knowing what it is, and then Shirai sticks her in the bill, with the bill, and that's that. Even though her and Shirai don't like each other, they're tag team champions. I don't get it. Indy Hartwell says it's complicated. On one hand, family. On the other hand, true love. She won't say she's pulling for Dexter tonight, but if he were to win, she thinks Candice and Johnny would see that he's misunderstood, and tonight, if it's meant to be, if it's meant to be tonight or whatnot, which is going to be so corny for that main event. Karrion Kross calls out Samoa Joe to provide a scene, and he gets one with Joe trying to break through security guards, but then Kross ran away. We also get a video package for Walter defending the UK title against Dragunov at TakeOver 36. I think next week we're going to be seeing Ilya Dragunov on NXT. Kushida cuts a promo how he respects Roderick Strong's win over Bobby Fish, and if he wants a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship, he's got it. And then we're told that Raquel Gonzalez will break her silence next week, as well as Ember Moon taking on Saray, and again, Dragunov will be on hand at NXT as well. And the main event, Dexter Lumis, Johnny Gargano, love her or lose her. All I know is that Johnny Gargano wins, ensure that Dexter Lumis will lose her, because of course you can just turn love off based on results of a pro wrestling match. Indy Hartwell is distraught, but then she leaves Johnny and Candice and runs back and jumps into Dexter, and basically does somewhat like a subset of like a stomp on top of him and takes him out, and she starts kissing the heck out of him. That's how it goes out the air. So I'm guessing that's Indy Hartwell leaving the way just so she can still be with Dexter Lumis, making a choice. I don't know. Who knows? I don't really care. Johnny is so directionless in NXT right now. Like I said, I'm probably going to put on my predicted match card, which I'm going to try to complete tomorrow. It's going to be just some cheap, quick graphics. And it's probably going to be Lumis and Hartwell versus Gargano and LeRae at TakeOver, and I don't care. I really don't care. I just don't know anymore. Most of pro wrestling is just not exciting anymore. AEW is, everything else, not really. That's my thoughts on the show, guys. My review, didn't grade it, but we'll check the live chat really quick here. He's worried Walter and Dragunov isn't not going to happen. Wonder why. SummerSlam may be canceled. Yeah, I heard, because now they're going to be requiring masks. Great. We're going to be going back to the stupid Thunderdome crap, and I'm not excited for it at all. And love storylines are cringe. In WWE, most of them are, yes. And that's NXT, guys. Very brief thoughts on it. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. I'm going to take a very, very quick break, and I'll be right back up here, hopefully, to review AEW Dynamite. So until then, guys, I'm checking out. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you all later. Peace out, everybody.